Hi guys, in today's video we're going to learn how to clay farm. I'm going to tell you why it's good to do, I'm going to show you how it's easy to do, and that's pretty much it. Let's get into it. So what is clay farming? Clay farming is a method created by Piano Addict, and essentially what it is you're finding tillable soil in the ground to manipulate into spewing forth amazing clay. And you're probably wondering, why clay? Well, it turns out clay is very lucrative, especially in the early stages of Stardew. Each clay is valued at a whopping 20 gold, and you're probably wondering, that's not very much. Well, you're right, it's not. However, if you are able to get anywhere between like 300, 400, 500 clay in a day, I mean, you're talking like 6,000 or above gold, depending on how fast you can do this method. So early game, it's a game changer. Let's go over some pros and cons really quick. In the pros column, we have very consistent. It's the best way to make money in the early game. It doesn't require any skills such as a high level of mining, fishing, combat, foraging, farming, any of them. It's accessible from day one, and it's not really that hard to do. I mean, I do it pretty well. Some of the cons, it can be pretty intimidating at first. It took me like 3 tries to learn it, and that was with the help of Piano Addict trying his best to explain it to me. I'm like a wall. Poor guy. Crypto tried helping me as well, Crypto Green. And finally, it's freaking Ethan. Literally set me aside to visually show me how to do it in game, and that's finally when it clicked and I learned how to do it. It can be really punishing to learn, especially at first. Again, it's really intimidating, and it's very easy to mess up doing this because you have to, well, count a little bit. Some basic arithmetic. Not too bad though. So instead of me talking, let me show you guys how to clay farm. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure you have a hoe and a pickaxe. After you have those from starting the game, you're going to want to go into your option settings and make sure to have always show tool hit location checked on. It's very important. You need this to help you count tiles. So after getting those, you're going to want to mosey on over to the beach. And if you see any forageables on the way, that's fine. You can eat them at your leisure. I'm not going to grab them, but you could if you wanted. Once you finally get to the beach, we can start clay farming. So really important, you're going to want to find a spot to start clay farming. I'm choosing this spot right here because this is where I learned to do it. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to hoe the ground repeatedly and then pickaxe to remove the hoed spot, and do this until you find initial clay. So we're going to do this until we find our clay. But once you find it, nice, cool, we found our initial clay. So I use a mnemonic that's very confusing to a lot of people. I feel like it works for me, so I'll try and show you or teach you. I use something called 646411. It's confusing to hear, but it's a good thing for me to remember. So we're going to go on the very first 6-4 part. Once you find the initial clay, which we did, you're going to want to act like we're the knight in chess. Clay moves in an L-like pattern. So we found the initial spot. What we're going to do is move like the horse in chess. So 1, 2, 3. Then you hit the ground. Boom, another piece of clay. And then again, like the horse, 1 up, 2 to the right, another piece of clay, and then you repeat this pattern until you do 6 tiles. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Nice, that's 6, perfect. So after 6, we're going to do the 4 part. What you're going to want to do is you're going to line up with the 6 tilled spot on the ground, and then you move all the way over here to the left and line it up with the initial spot, the initial impact of clay farming, and hit the ground. Nice. And then you go up 1, 2 to the right, very similar to the ones at the bottom, and repeat this 2 more times for a total of 4. Nice. We did the first spot, or the first section of the 646411. So let's do the 6464. So you come back after doing your 10 tills, and you'll start again, but 1 tile above the initial starting spot. Whoa, we found a piece of clay. Let's follow it out. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Was that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was. So, just like the one we did at the bottom, let's line up the clay spot, the tiles. So we'll line it up, and we've run into an issue. We can't till this spot. Well, good thing we have a solution for this. What we can do, well, there's other solutions, but what I do, if there's an untillable spot, like right here, you can just hit the ground anywhere else that's tillable, ideally off to the side if you're gonna do this. This is a lazy man strat, by the way. You don't get clay for this. I just do it because I'm lazy. You hit the ground, and now you skip this tilled spot, acting like you hit the ground to move it, and it should be active here. Here's gonna be clay. Because every time you hit the ground with your hoe, it moves the clay, whether you get clay or not, in that knight fashion. 1 up, and then 2 to the right. Even if you don't get clay, it'll still move it. So we got clay here. Let's follow the pattern. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Perfect. So we did the 6, 4, 6, 4. Now we have to do the 1, 1. So what you do is you come down here to the second spot you tilled at, right? Not the first, the second. Well, this part's kind of confusing. So this is where we started at. You go to the second tilled spot, and now you do the 1, 1 part. 1 to the right, and then 1 down, right here. This is your new starting spot. So we hit the ground, and then we start the pattern all over again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice. That's 6 spots again. So again, go to the initial spot, or the 6th spot, line it up, hit the ground, and now we're on the 4 part. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oops. And then the second 6, 4. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. Nice. And then you come down here, and then you repeat it over and over and over. And if you do this right, then you can get hundreds and hundreds of clay, which you can sell for thousands and thousands of in-game currency. Gold. I don't know why I just said that. I could have just said gold. So after doing all of that, playing on the beach, we're actually going to do it again, but in a different area in case a specific situation occurs when you're doing this. It's kind of weird for me to explain without showing it because I can't explain it very well. So let's try clay farming again. But this time, let's move to the right of the tile we started at last time. Just 1 tile to the right. We start the whole thing all over again. One, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Perfect. I was hoping for this to happen. So sometimes when you're clay farming, you'll actually not hit clay. Believe it or not, that's normal. I don't actually know what dictates when clay is going to be at a specific tile or not, but sometimes I feel like it's seed-based. You just get an unlucky seed. Don't let this stop you. Continue the pattern. So we're at the 4th hit. We need 2 more to get to the 6. So let's do 1, 2, 3. Still doesn't seem like it's working, right? Well, it is. It's just not giving us any clay. Let's just finish out the pattern. 1, 2, 3. That's our 6. We need 4 to make 10. Let's line it up. Bam! Wow, weird how we did the initial 6, but only got 4 clay of the 7 hits we did. It happens sometimes. Just keep continuing on with the pattern. You get unlucky, it happens. So using what we learned, let's go ahead and try and make or find as much clay as we can to see how much money we can get off of 1 energy bar using no food. And the more experience you have with this, the faster you can go and the more money you can make. You are a little limited based off of your energy. However, you can sell the clay, which we will do at the end here, directly to Robin. So we get the money back the same day, and we can actually buy ourselves some salads if we wanted to continue clay farming. Remember, this is day 1 of spring, which makes this even more impressive because we can end the day with over 2,000 gold. So now we have too low of energy to continue. That's okay. We have 87 clay ready to be sold. It is only 10:20 a.m. 10:30 a.m. Excuse me. So a couple hours on the beach, not too bad. And remember, each clay is worth 20 gold, right? So again, using the strategies taught to me by It's Freaking Ethan and using Piano Addict's method, we're able to conjure 87 clay, right, at 20 gold each. Well, I'm too lazy to do the math. Let's go find out how much money we get for it. Go interact with Robin. Hey, Robin. Wow, 1,700 gold day 1. That's crazy. And you can do this as much as you want, right? So you sell the clay, bam, now you have 2 grand. Isn't that nuts? That's crazy, dude. Spring 1 and we have 2,000 gold. You have enough for the backpack. You have enough for coffee. You have enough for salads. Like, you can't even fish till day 2. This is so superior. Yeah, clay farming is great. That's gonna do it for the video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. With the power of clay farming, you can make insane amounts of money. All you need is some patience, willingness to learn, and the drive to play in sand. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. And feel free to like, subscribe, comment, tell me if I'm doing it wrong, whatever. Until next time, have a good one.